Hi, this is Narelle M. Harris again, doing a new video post for this time for my Class Act level of supporters, which is the third tier. I'm a little bit behind, but I will try in future to make sure that this isn't, I'll do a monthly video, but not quite so close to when the tutorial is due out. But this one I should go up hopefully just a few days before the end of September tutorial for you all. I decided today that I wanted to talk about something that came up when I was chatting with a friend recently who's had their first time book come out, and they're feeling a little anxious now that the book's out there in the print for the world to see, and felt that all they could see in it were the things that they didn't feel they quite got right, or the things that they kind of meant to do but didn't, or thought more, maybe it should have worked better if I'd tried it this other way. And an artist friend at the same time was going, that's how I feel about my art. Whenever I look at my artwork, all I can see are the mistakes that I've made. Other people might really like the piece, but I keep seeing I made a little mistake here, I had to correct something there, and all she can see are the flaws. And it reminded me of some of the actors who talk about the fact they can't watch themselves in any of the shows that they've made. They feel uncomfortable. Maybe they feel like, oh, that's my bad acting day, or I could have made a different choice, maybe it would have been this little bit better. So what happens is, and I get that as well. In fact, the day that I'm usually feeling the worst about any particular thing I've written is the day that it comes out. It's an odd thing. I might, by the time I've sent it to the publisher and we've done all the edits and it's going off to print, I might be feeling fantastic. It's like, I've done a good job, I've worked really hard, I've done my best. And we've had editors and proofreaders go through it. It's as good as it can get. The minute it actually hits the stands where people in the general population can go out and read that thing, I'm going, oh, did I really make all the best choices? Does it really work? Have I in fact just written the worst thing ever? And nobody's going to read it, everyone's going to hate it. So that's just it's probably 4 parts imposter syndrome to 1 part general anxiety. It's annoying. But it's in the same line that, people look at their finished product, creative types, or, perhaps this happens with businesses as well, with people putting propositions up or whatever. But you work hard, you do the best you can do, and then when it's out there, all you can see are the things that weren't quite what you meant. Or you think, I made that choice, but maybe there was a different choice I could have made. Maybe that would work better. And you get filled with doubt. I should try and find that song about the vampires of doubt, which is from a musical called Untitled. It's a great song about those vampires of doubt that come and get you. So this is in part talking about how do we ignore the vampires of doubt? How do we deal with that feeling that, when we see something and, at a moment when we should be feeling pretty accomplished and pretty pleased that something that we've worked hard on, maybe a team of people has worked on to bring out into the world, and it's out there, and it's, to feel proud instead of full of anxiety about it. And I think one of the things is that it's really easy as creators to look at our work and see essentially only our ambition to improve as we go, to do better as we go along. And so we see all the choices that we didn't make. That we, there were 2 ways I could have gone with this, or 3 or 4 ways I could have gone with this, and maybe it would have been done better if I'd done X instead of Y. Why did I think option B was better than option A, and going that, because it works, but maybe it would have worked better. If I was doing this right now, maybe I'd be making different choices about how this story goes, or how this painting goes, or how this song is being written. And we forget that the person who is seeing our art for the first time only sees the choices that we made. They're seeing a whole, complete, of itself piece of work. They're not seeing what we're seeing, this infinite scroll of all the possibilities that we struggle to discard, or that we struggle to choose between, that we weren't perhaps completely sure, but we had to choose one or the other. We had to take it someplace as we went. Maybe we're all like Stephen Strange, and we're just so, our brains are so full of the multiverse, and we're so aware that what we've produced is this slice of the multiverse. It's one of the many options that was available, and we can't stop obsessing about all the different could have beens and might have beens, and it's a frustrating thing. But when we're second guessing ourselves, and we get into this spiral, and maybe it's time to step back and think about, well, what's someone else seeing? What somebody else is seeing is that slice of the multiverse which we've presented as a whole. And that's why they, maybe as a reader, they'll think, oh, maybe there could have been this, that, or the other choices, and that's what reviews are for, and that's for them to worry about. We've made our choices, and we've made the best choices that we knew how at the time for the story that we were trying to tell. And there's always spiraling off us. There's a universe where there's a version of this video where I don't stumble over my words so often. There's a version of me in this other universe which has remembered to put on makeup and brush her hair before this, all that sort of stuff. Or maybe the opposite. Maybe she's looking a lot worse than I am right now. But that's one of the things, that we're so steeped in not just what we've done, but all the potential around what we've done. And then we're also all caught up in that we want to make sure that we're doing the best. And how do we always know that, that was the best choice? And, we want to know that we're going to maybe make better choices, or at least different choices next time. A friend of mine once talked about someone she knew who she was asked saying, well, however can you be sure that you've made the right choice with anything? And he was just like, I know it's the right choice because I made it. And, there's a certain charming arrogance in the just saying, well, I've got that confidence. If I've made the decision, it's the right decision. And in the end, we can only make the choices that we make in whatever, like in writing, in art, and in life, try to be informed and thoughtful about them, and then go with them. There'll be other choices. Everything forks off. The multiverse will continue to sprout, no matter what we do. But I think, what I'm trying to do as a writer is to stop second guessing myself after my story is out there. I've written a story, it's cohesive, I've put something together, and it doesn't, if somebody reads that, or even if I read that later, go, I wonder what would happen if, hell, I'll just fanfic myself. That's part of what fan fiction is for, when it's looking at pop culture and how things are. People go off and do those multiverse things. But you've presented one perfect thing, and maybe there were other perfect things to choose from. But that's okay. You chose this one. You made your choice, and because you chose it, it's good. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. I have no idea if you'll find them of any use or help if you're a creator or an artist or somebody who, puts things together of any kind, but, well, I hope it helps, and if it doesn't help, I hope I help pass the time. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon.